Thank you, Clay. And thank you for allowing me to be here with you tonight and talk about aviation, always my favorite thing to do. Tonight, I'm privileged and honored to be able to present a Master Pilot Award and a Master Mechanic Award. I'm going to present the Master Pilot Award, the Wright Brothers Master Pilot Award first. So if I could get Mr. William Larden and his lovely wife to join me up here. And while they're doing that, real briefly, I just tell you a little bit of the history. We all know the Wright brothers took their first flight in 1903. In 2003, to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Wright brothers' flight, the FAA established the Wright Brothers Master Pilot Award. And if you think about aviation has only been around a little over 100 years, and to receive a Master Pilot Award, you have to have 50 years of flying, and I believe Mr. Larden has just a little bit more than 50 years. I think his first solo was in 1956. And if you'll indulge me, I will be brief, but in reading over his resume, I noticed that it's very similar to a lot of people in aviation. They can't hold a job, right? Because he's got a lot of experience with a lot of different companies, but starting out in 1965 when he soloed to retiring as a 767 captain, you can imagine the technology changes that he experienced throughout his career. And so congratulations and hats off to you. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff down here. I'm going to pretend you two are in high school and I'm going to let you pin each other. The part of the award that the FAA issues with the Master Pilot Award is a lapel pin. I have to do it. You don't have to. You know, this may be your chance to get even with him for something. But keep in mind, he's going to get to pin you next. And as she's pinning you, I would like to read this letter. The Federal Aviation Administration Wright Brothers Master Pilot Award is given to pilots in recognition of 50 years of aeronautical experience and service to the aviation community. We also understand that it requires the dedication and support of a very special spouse for that to happen. As a token of appreciation for your sacrifice and commitment in the support of Bill's 50 years of flying, the Federal Aviation Administration would like to present you with the Wright Brothers Master Pilot Award Spouse Recognition Pin. So I'm going to let you pin her. Did she hurt you?
No.
And while she's doing that, on behalf of the Federal Aviation Administration, I take great pride in presenting the Wright Brothers Master Pilot Award in recognition of your 50 years of aeronautical experience as an aviator. This award was initiated by the Federal Aviation Administration in honor of the first pioneers of flight, Wilbur and Orville Wright. In doing so, we are recognizing and honoring those who have contributed and maintained safe flight operations for 50 or more years. Like you, they are the pilots who have brought the aviation industry forward for the enjoyment and benefit of future generations of men and women who will look to the skies. This award acknowledges your exemplary service, professionalism, devotion to aviation safety, recognition by your peers, and the appreciation of countless pilots to whom you showed the way. I extend to you best wishes in future endeavors. Sincerely, Jeff Hard, Manager, Nashville FSDO. It's my great pleasure to present you with your Master Pilot Award. So, congratulations. And with that, I think they'll indulge you to say a word or two. Just don't be a Bob Hill.
No, I won't do that.
I love you, Bob.
I have to thank the FAA for this. I got by with some things that they didn't see. So,
La, la, la.
flying has been in me ever since my very first flight from the Charleston Air Force Base Aero Club. I was on submarines at that time and had an opportunity to take a lesson, and that was it. From that point on, it's been flying. My career is, as she briefly talked about it, is I've owned my own airport. I've had my own air taxi certificate. I'm a flight instructor. I still get the chance to fly jets. And other than that, I've done it, did it, and now I got the T-shirt. Thank you.
You congratulate. One last thing. Coming with the award is everything the FAA has on it. So you'll get to enjoy that at your leisure. And maybe there are some things we know about you didn't know we knew. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Oh, and this is the box for your award. I don't know if you wanted it or not. Thanks, sir. Okay. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Billy Cox, would you join me up here? In your uniform that you've had since what, 1960, I understand?
61, I'm breathing light.
And you still fit in it. That's awesome.
How you doing? I gotta get a hug.
Now, I'm not going to go into your history because we're going to hear that in a minute because as everybody probably knows, you are an honoree tonight being inducted into the Hall of Fame, so I'm not going to steal that thunder. But I would like to note that Mr. Cox received his Master Pilot Award a few years ago. And this is his Master Mechanic Award, and that's very rare to be able to have both of those awards. But the one thing, as I was talking about the Master Pilot Award, when you look at 50 years, when we started out, we've been doing this a little over 100 years. One of the things that caught my attention on your resume was the fact that when you were working on the farm, most of the work was done with mules and horses.
That's correct.
Before
And-
you went
And
out.
boys, and the boys.
And the boys, and maintaining equipment. I thought that was just amazing. And you know, the Wright brother, the Charles Taylor engine that he actually had to manufacture and then move on to the radial engines. And here we are now to, you know, jet engines and aircraft doing what they're doing. But anyway, on behalf of the Federal Aviation Administration, I take great pride in presenting the Charles Taylor Master Mechanic Award in recognition of your 50 years of aviation maintenance experience. This award was initiated by the Federal Aviation Administration in honor of the first aviation mechanic of powered flight, Mr. Charles Taylor. In doing so, we are recognizing and honoring those individuals who have contributed and maintained safe aircraft for 50 or more years. Like you, they are the mechanics who have brought the aviation industry forward for the enjoyment and benefit of future generations of men and women who will look to the skies. This award acknowledges your exemplary service, professionalism, devotion to aviation safety, recognition by your peers, and the appreciation of countless pilots to whom you have made powered flight possible. I extend to you the best wishes in your future endeavors. Sincerely, Jeff Hard, Manager, Nashville Flight Standards District Office. Now, may I have the privilege, or would you rather have one of your family members?
I'll
Or
get my oldest son, Billy Jr.
all right.
Get up here.
Will you come up here, sir, and pin your father? We'll be out of uniform for just a minute, I won't tell.
And where you gonna put it, Billy?
Find a place to work.
Were you a nice dad? You know, does he owe
was a
you
great
one?
dad.
or-
He will,
I know
yeah.
he was.
All right there.
Okay.
She won't. Very good.
All right, thank you, son.
Congratulations. All right. Do you want to say a few
No,
words
I
now,
don't-
or are you going to save them
No,
for
I'll
later?
save them later.
All right, perfect.
Thank you much.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll give the floor back to you.
In 2011, the Tennessee Aviation Hall of Fame established a special award to recognize exceptional people who are currently doing extraordinary things in aviation, for aviation in Tennessee. Since that time, the institution's Aviation Person of the Year has only been presented 2 other times. This year, we would like to recognize a very special man from Northeast Tennessee, Mr. Henry W. Summers. Mr. Summers, would you come to the stage, please? Mr. Summers retired from Eastman Chemical Company in 1999 after 34 years, where he had a role in assisting and achieving Eastman's qualifying for the coveted Malcolm Baldrige Quality Award in 1993. Mr. Summers is the coordinator for the support of the K-12 Education Northeast Tennessee Section American Society for Quality. His deep passion for improving education has included working with and chairing the Kingsport Region Education Alliance. Mr. Summers is a tireless advocate for improving K-12 education in the Northeast Tennessee region. His hobby as a private pilot helped him recognize the need to better position Northeast Tennessee to attract aviation and aerospace industry. He co-founded the Northeast Tennessee Aviation Initiative in 2013. The need for aviation technology education and support from Bell Helicopter opened up the door for the Northeast State Community College aviation programs that begin in 2014. The NTAI also supports the development of Aerospace Park at Tri-Cities Airport. The Board of Directors for the Tennessee Aviation Hall of Fame hereby recognizes your extraordinary efforts and advocacy for aviation education and economic development and name Henry W. Summers, Jr., Tennessee Aviation's 2018 Aviation Person of the Year. We present this on the third day of November 2018. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Amazing. Some other gifts here, and if you'd like to say a few
I
words.
would
Yes,
like
sir.
to say a few words. I'm very much in awe and would like to thank the Tennessee Aviation Hall of Fame Board of Directors and Bob Minter for this recognition. I cannot just tell you how much an honor this is to be recognized in the presence of the Tennessee aviation greats. I must say that it brought a tear to my eye when I received that FedEx letter from the Tennessee Aviation Hall of Fame. Bob Minter said I could make a few comments, but keep it brief, so I'll try to do that. As you may have guessed, I have a passion for aviation. I must share with you some of the exciting, very exciting aviation opportunities developing in Northeast Tennessee. Tri-Cities Airport is an awesome facility for flying and commercial aviation. We have great weather, an FAA-controlled field, 8,000 feet of runway that can handle any aircraft, and easy access to 2 interstate highways. As a 600-hour private pilot flying from Tri-Cities Airport for 23 years, I fully realize and appreciate the incredible airport capabilities. Tri-Cities Airport is an underutilized jewel of an airport in Northeast Tennessee. Aerospace Park is being developed at the airport with 160 certified acres with all utilities and runway access ready for industry in 2 years. 20 acres are ready for development right now. This project has brought Northeast Tennessee cities and counties together in cooperation and regionalism that's never been seen before, including $8.5 million of bonds for Aerospace Park development. This is an incredible accomplishment, and it took aviation to do it. When fully developed, there will be potential for 2,000 aviation-related jobs. This is the next big economic development engine in Northeast Tennessee. It was during a tour of Bell Helicopter in 2013 that the need was recognized for aviation education training in Tri-Cities. The training manager at Bell Helicopter, a state representative with very important contacts, and I met to form the Northeast Tennessee Aviation Initiative, which quickly led to the aviation maintenance program at Northeast State Community College in 2014. The timing was perfect, as aviation education workforce training is a must to recruit aviation firms for Aerospace Park. Aerospace Park can also provide future jobs for community college aviation graduates. This is a great win-win and huge economic development opportunity for Northeast Tennessee. The Aviation Initiative team developed a vision for Northeast Tennessee to be a national leader for aviation, high-technology education, and economic development. And we are on our way to achieving that vision. I would like to thank Aviation Initiative co-founder Richard Blevins. He's a former training manager at Bell Helicopter and director of the aviation program at Northeast State Community College, and co-founder Tony Shipley. He's a former state representative. Richard is with us. He is sitting at the back table with his wife Jody at Bob Minter's table, and we certainly appreciate all that Richard is doing for aviation education in Northeast Community College. The program is full now and has had shown remarkable increases in student attendance. Both Richard Blevins and Tony Shipley are 20-year-plus Air Force veterans with a passion for aviation and a vision for aviation education and economic development in Northeast Tennessee. Tonight, I must also mention my passion for education improvement. I would like to thank my many K-12 educator friends in Northeast Tennessee. I am not an educator, but I have many educators in Northeast Tennessee that I call dear friends. Without their dedicated help and participation on school teams over many years, we would have been unable to make many school improvements, such as 60% improvement in elementary writing, high school English 3 from worst in class to best in class in 1 year, and start of a school culture change, taking graduation rates from low 70% to 90+%. These were very talented and dedicated educators. A key takeaway to this education improvement work over many years is that teacher teams can most always improve academics if given the talent, challenge, some resources, and an improvement process. And now the education contacts developed over the years are now helpful in promoting the student pipeline to Northeast State Community College Aviation Program. I would like to again thank the Tennessee Aviation Hall of Fame for this recognition and honor, and I would like to say to the Tennessee Aviation Hall of Fame that we greatly appreciate all that you do for aviation in the state of Tennessee. Thank you.